Let me get my notes from yesterday. I did a little bit of planning. Okay. It's July 4, 2022. It's Monday. Some time has passed since my last video. I moved the camera, got a different light, I had to do some tests. Had the microphone plugged into the wrong socket. I'm always surprised when I see people doing public movies or training in a class, and they have projectors and internet connections and LCD monitors, and they don't try it all before the class or the presentation. And then there's 50 people in the room, and they go to turn on the projector to show a movie, and it's not working. And I think to myself, they didn't try that before everybody showed up. So many things that can go wrong with cameras and the batteries and the focus and then the exposure. And do you have an internet connection? Okay. Let me quiet down a little bit on the inside. Body is heavy, heavier. Doing various kinds of letting go. Letting my thoughts wind down. They're slowing down. There's space in between the thoughts. The space gets wider. When I look into the camera lens, in this space, I can feel the body and the breathing. I can hear the sound of the voice bouncing off the walls and the ceiling. It's sort of like a little vacation. I don't have an objective. I don't have anywhere to go. I have nothing to do. I'm not here to teach anything. I think my medication makes me cough a little bit, and I have high blood pressure medication. Makes me cough. Okay. Thought I'd do something more fun rather than something serious. That is, I want to talk about the word resonate. I'll use it in a sentence. I read the book Wood Hicks and Bark Peelers, and boy, that book resonated. I went out to a leather shop to have an Amish man help me with a leather project, covering my dashboard with leather, with suede. And I said, did you have a sermon yesterday in your meeting? It was Monday. And I said, yeah, we had a sermon. And I said, well, at the Quaker meeting house that I've been going to, not only is there no sermon, but there's no preacher. And he goes, what? I said, yeah, we sit there in silence for 45 minutes in the meeting house. You know, we kind of do prayer and meditation kinds of things. And if you sit in silence, sometimes at the 45-minute mark or somewhere out there, God can speak to you in some way. That's true. Not all the time. And he said, oh, yeah, see what you mean. He says, that would drive me crazy. I can't sit still for 5 minutes. And we laughed. I know what that means. Remember how hard it was to sit in silence when I was younger. So I said, the sermon that you heard yesterday, did it resonate with you? His name is Jacob. No, his name is Adam. And he said to me, I'm a simple man. You're going to have to use smaller words. I don't know what that means. He doesn't know what resonate means. So we laughed. I knew what he meant. That's a word used in certain contexts by certain people. Well, not necessarily in the Amish world. So, okay, all right. The sermon yesterday, do you ever have sermons that resonate with you? And resonate is it's in here, I said. If the sermon resonates, you feel something in here. You feel a peace, or you feel a calmness. Not necessarily with any words. You just it's done like this. It's a feeling that something has been stated that is true in the way God would mean true. He says, yes, yes, yeah, sometimes it resonates. He says, not always. He says, I have to, for God to speak to me like that, he said, I have to listen to the sermon very carefully and focus. And then sometimes that happens. So. Then I laid my template down, my dashboard down, and we talked about the leather, and he showed me the selections of suede. Okay, that's what resonate means to me. Whoop. After Adam helped me with the dashboard suede, I went over to another store in the neighboring town, and there was an Amish young lady over there. I thought she was about 16 behind the counter. And I said, do you know Adam over there in so-and-so, at so-and-so store? No, I don't know him. Because I told Adam that sometimes in the meeting house, we sit for 45 minutes, and if you do that, God can speak to you. And she stopped making the sandwich and turned it around. You don't have to go to the meeting house and sit for 45 minutes for God to speak to you, she said. God could speak to you anywhere. She points around the room. And so I heard that, and this is a young lady saying this. She said it like that. God can speak to you anywhere, she said. And I was sort of startled, because first off, she's right. And then I quickly, my thoughts started running through my head. God can speak to you anywhere. Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep, that seems to be true. And then my mind went to this. I thought I would say, but did not say, hey, what do you know, Mrs. 16-year-old? Adam and I have 100 years on you. Our ages added together, we're 100 years more experienced, and we have done a lot more spiritual work. What are you trying to tell me? This is a 16-year-old young lady at the sandwich shop. But instead I said to her, yeah, you're right. I can speak to you anywhere. So, next week when I went back to pick up the leather, We had a good laugh. Adam and I had a good laugh about it. But when I said, "We have 100 years on you, young lady," Adam goes, "Wait a minute, I'm not 60 years old." And he laughed. I said, I know. That's just, math is easier. 60 and 61 is 120. We're 100 years older than her. Well, that's all I had to say about resonate. Something resonates. When the sermon resonates or the book resonates, we use that expression a lot in my different spiritual groups. Resonates when you recognize that something's true in a big way, or eternal, true and eternal. The truth that is uncontestable. Something that's true and is not subject to our opinion. Something that's true and doesn't even require a human to acknowledge that it's true. You witness that something like this, you can resonate. Whoa, the feeling is that music, that expression, that verse from the Bible, that young lady at the sandwich shop, that feels like that's right in a big way. That resonates. Okay, I'm going to end. I like that one. Let's exit the video the way we came in silence, in space, in the space. Let's do it together. I'm in the room here with the lights and the camera. You're watching your cell phone or the monitor on your iPad or your computer. Follow these words. We'll go there together. Feel the weight of the body. Let the lungs fall. The breath's deeper and longer. The sound of the breath. Thoughts slow. There are spaces in between the thoughts. The bottom of the breath. Listening to the sound of the breath and feeling it come out of your mouth. I'll exhale, and at the bottom I'll pause, and I won't inhale immediately. Here it goes. Inhale. Let's do that again. Pause at the bottom of the deep, long breath. Take a few smaller breaths first. Get ready for the bigger, longer, deeper breath. Pausing at the bottom for the inhale. Here we go. What's nice, it's very quiet there. The brain stops, the thoughts stop, it's quiet, good sounds in the room. Okay.